How's it going, everyone? And what unfortunate news this is. For a while, we had thought the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake was quietly making progress. This is a game that's been perceived to be in a lot of development turmoil for a while, but it seemed to be also a case of, hey, the game is making progress quietly, and some were expecting the game to be a bit of a shadow drop. There was rumblings that it was gonna come out this month. Well, guess what? It has been canceled alongside 5 other games, and Ubisoft has also delayed 7 other titles. Ubisoft has announced that it has canceled 6 games currently in development, including its remake of Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, and delayed 7 others. As noted on Video Games Chronicle, as a part of a larger announcement that it's conducting a major organizational, operational, and portfolio reset, the company has also stated that it had conducted a thorough review of its content pipeline over the past 2 months. This review led to the decision to refocus its portfolio, reallocate resources, and comprehensively revise its roadmap over the next 3 years. Ubisoft said its focus will be a return to exceptional levels of quality on the open-world adventure segment. What do you mean return? Hasn't that been the focus of Ubisoft, alright? Maybe exceptional levels of quality hasn't really been there, but, I know some people enjoyed Assassin's Creed Shadows, to be fair. I know I've talked up Star Wars Outlaws more than a lot of other people, but what do you mean, the quality on open-world adventure segment? Like, that's where I feel like the resources have been invested. Nevertheless, they also note it'll be a step change the group's position in the games as a service native experiences segment. Oh my goodness. As a result of this, Ubisoft says it has discontinued 6 games that it felt do not meet the new enhanced quality as well as more selective portfolio prioritization criteria. This means the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake has been cancelled, as well as 4 unannounced titles, including 3 new IPs and a mobile title. The identity of the 6th game has yet been clarified. Ubisoft has also announced that it was delaying 7 other games to ensure enhanced quality benchmarks that are fully met. This could be the Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake. It has been believed for some time that the unannounced title in question is the long-reported but not yet confirmed remake of AC Black Flag, and the ratings did appear on the PEGI website last month. And this would be a delay on an unannounced title initially planned for fiscal year 26. That would be ending in March of this year. That has been delayed to fiscal year 27, would be coming out probably by the end of this calendar year, I would think, so I wouldn't worry too much about the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag remake. But man, what a disappointing story and saga as it has been with Prince of Persia, especially with some of the other titles that have come out. Ubisoft did continue and note, as a part of the finalization of the reorganization, we went through a thorough review of projects across December and January with the current market evolution in mind, which is persistently more selective. You've seen the last quarter showing a never seen before level of competition, so competition and selection is here to stay. But when you're coming in number 1, number 2 with great content quality on a given segment, then you can have a very strong reward in terms of player reception and financial performance. So that's what really formed our pipeline review. We enhanced the quality criteria to select what we think should be the best projects to put in the creative houses in the best conditions to succeed that in the market, with the idea that we must refocus our resources on the strongest potential games for the long term. So that's really the approach and the mindset that we've been following, coming back to new IPs, and we still have 4 new IPs in development, including March of Giants, which we just acquired, so we still believe that there are 4 innovative new IPs that we can bring to the market with a great level of success. Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake was announced all the way back in September 2020. At that point of its announcement, the game was already 2 years in development, 2+ years in development, and after a negative reaction to the game, it went back to the drawing board, and Ubisoft Montreal took over duties, and then we thought the game was going to come out early in 2026. A lot of talk was made about the game coming out early this year, but now it is just not going to happen. And as I mentioned, bad time for Prince of Persia in totality, because it's not just the Sands of Time remake. Remember that Prince of Persia did release The Lost Crown a few years ago. It was actually early 2024, actually right around 2 years ago. And that game, in my opinion, had the worst debut trailer, quite possibly of all time, to absolutely butcher a series and just being completely out of touch with Prince of Persia and your audience. I was in disbelief watching that trailer, and the reality was Lost Crown was a great game. Lost Crown was a really solid Metroidvania Prince of Persia title that I thought was really well done, but the promotion of that game absolutely in the toilet, and now Prince of Persia is probably gonna be benched. Look, they just invested 8 years, literally 8 years. If we take the 2020 announcement of the Sands of Time remake, it had been in development for 2 years. It is now 2026, so development of this remake started in 2018, and now it is just canceled. 8 years of work on a remake gone with the wind, and mind you, other titles have been delayed as well, and based on the verbiage that I see out of Ubisoft, I do believe this is more emphasis on live service titles as well. The group's position in the games as a service and native experiences segment is something that they do want to change in, and they've discontinued a game like Sands of Time Remake, which absolutely is not a games as a service title. It's a remake of a single-player game, and it would just be that in a vacuum, it would exist. And remember, Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown was a game that came out, underperformed commercially, and then that studio was done away with as well, even after dropping a quality game. Again, atrocious promotion of that game. So Prince of Persia is taking a huge L here, and I don't think that they're gonna go back and do another Prince of Persia game, because at this point, you had Lost Crown not do very well commercially, and now you have Sands of Time being in development for 8 years and getting outright canceled. I'm sorry, but that might be it for Prince of Persia, because at this point, what are they gonna do? They can't live service Prince of Persia. Are they gonna do an open world Prince of Persia with microtransactions and DLC and expansions and everything like that? I mean, you could do something like that, but even if something like that comes to the table and that fits the Ubisoft criteria, the Ubisoft identity of what they typically do, the open world adventure segment, as they so called it, that would be years and years in development. And how is that going to turn out? That's kind of taking Prince of Persia from what it was and just using the IP to fit the criteria of what Ubisoft does. And that's just a hypothetical situation and scenario of how Prince of Persia could come back. I think Prince of Persia is cooked. I think it's going to be shelved for a very long time, given that you're talking about a game that underperformed in Lost Crown, and you're talking about a game that they just blew so much money on and has been in development for 8 years, and now is just not even going to come out. And you would have to think, if 2026, that window was thrown around a lot, the game was probably fairly close to the finish line. So even with that being said, they didn't want to get it to that finish line and get it released. That's just insane to me, because I do think the Sands of Time remake would do fairly well. And again, that's speculation on me suggesting it was close to the finish line. We don't know, but that idea of a 2026, an early 2026 window was thrown around so much that now it being canceled, to me, comes from left field a little bit. But whenever a game is in development for this long, you have to put it on the table that there's some trouble in paradise. And with Sands of Time, even though we would hear about, okay, it might come out here, it might come out then, still, that skepticism was absolutely there given the troubled development cycle of this game. But that's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Chances are the Black Flag remake, seeing a slight delay, probably just going through a little bit of polish, and will come out in fiscal year 27 and probably by the end of this calendar year, which I think most of us expected. Sands of Time remake, that is just gone. That has been canceled. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.